Hello everybody, I'm back again today with another layout for Creating with Collections. This is the series I do with Nicole, and we were able to give you 2 videos this week, which is awesome. I'm gonna tackle the rainbow paper. So I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and use the 2 rainbow papers from my 6x8 paper pad for today's layout. My reason for doing this is because I don't want to span the entirety of my layout. So I'm just going to cut apart these rainbow papers, and then I'm going to ink up this background with some Catherine Pooler inks. And while I do this, I'm going to tell you, first of all, I'm not super happy with how the red turned out, but I think that's because red is hard, right? Like, unfortunately, when you mix red with white cardstock, you get pink, no matter what red you use. So I'm going to make do with this red. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use Rockin' Red, and then I'm going to come back in with some orange to kind of make the red look more red. Also, I need to tell you that unfortunately the phone gremlins got a hold of some of the content for this video, but I think I've figured out what is going on. So I've noticed that the YouTube or the video gremlins steal portions of videos when I have too many on my phone. So if I, like today when I did this layout, I think I filmed like 3 or 4 layouts throughout the day. And while YouTube tends to be my videos tend to be short, 10 minutes or so, on the full filming of each layout usually is about 90 minutes of filming. So before I edit and speed things up and all that. So I think what's happening is my phone is just randomly editing or randomly deleting sections of video as opposed to telling me, hey, your storage is full. I don't know. But anyway, it seems to happen when I film for a long day, which I did when I did this video. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with all that. But anyway, the second part of this video, or the second part of this project where I pull the photos in and do all that, has disappeared. So, you get to see what I did with the pretty rainbow paper though, and we're just going to go with it. This layout today is loosely scrap lifted from one of my subscribers. Hello, Debbie. Debbie sent me a couple, when I posted my video with all of the what I had left of the collection, and I had all that rainbow paper. Debbie sent me some photos of her layouts and a couple things she did with the rainbow paper. As an aside, Nicole did this as well. But Debbie did a layout where she cut apart the rainbow stripes and then curled them up. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm adding the inking to the background. And so I kind of took some of that idea of taking these rainbow stripes and curling them up. That was inspired by the layouts that Debbie sent me, which was super sweet of her to do, by the way. So I'm adhering the strips down with Nuvo Deluxe adhesive because I want them strips to stick. I also am going to use 2 of some of the stripes of color because I want the corresponding color to be on top of the corresponding inked section, and some turned out a little bit wider than some other ones. So I am using my favorite white gel pen today for the sole purpose of rolling up these papers. Now, when I do this, I don't like it to be super bulky, so I'm kind of pushing them down a little bit. At the end, they still look like rolled up papers. They just don't have quite as much bulk as when you leave them fully like rolled up. I hope that makes sense. So the red part was pretty, there was a lot of it, and also I think it worked the way that I did it, where I added the orange to the red. It still isn't a perfect match, but it's closer. Reds are really hard to match. And then I'm just using my pen, rolling it, adding Nuvo Deluxe adhesive as I roll, stopping when I'm ready, and then kind of holding it there so that the glue is good and adhered. And then I can go ahead and move on to the next color. I'm varying how much I roll up these papers. Some are going to end up being just a little bit longer, some will be a little bit shorter. I tried to alternate them so that they were kind of like short, long, short, long, short, long. It worked, although at one point I did end up with like 2 or 3 that kind of like go long, medium, small, and I was like, oh wait, no, I have to put the next one a little bit higher. But I love how this turned out. I think it turned out so cute. Thank you so much to Debbie for sending me this idea. It was a really fabulous one. And now we are down to our blue. The navy paper is going to overhang just a little bit, and I'm okay with that. I felt like the medium or lighter blue in the rainbow matched the ink underneath more than the really dark blue, so I preferred having 2 of the lighter blue and then having the dark blue kind of hang over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it before I roll it, and that way it doesn't, I didn't have to cut through like a huge rolled up piece of paper, and I also could kind of roll it, and it looks like it was meant to be that way. Pretty soon we're going to jump ahead here to the finished layout. So I'm going to use the photographs of Logan and our Pity Andre playing the piano. And in addition to this rainbow paper, I used a journaling spot. I pulled in a cork music note from my... So there we go. There's the journaling spot I'm going to use. There are my 3 photos. I'm going to pull in a cork music note that has been in my stash forever, and I'm going to use that one. I'm going to map my photos on one of the pieces of the rainbow paper. I'm just going to cut them down a little bit, and then what I did was I actually matched where the stripes were on the photo mat and matched it up with the inked up sections of my background, so it looks like the rainbow paper is kind of like pulled behind where we rolled it, and then the pictures kind of have the same color, tone on tone, color on color type of look. And I did trim my photos down ever so slightly, just so that they were, this little photo strip that I'm creating didn't take up the entire side. I wanted a little bit at the top and bottom, and I wanted to be able to kind of just map my photos nice here. And you can see here how this is going to work, so it's almost like a little bit seamless. I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling, and I added very few embellishments, so I'm just going to pop my journaling exactly where you see it. I have the cork music note that I'm going to kind of tuck in beside my journaling. And then I ended up with using, so if you look at the journal card, you'll see the hearts. I used my puffy hearts and put them in rainbow order and created a couple little like clusters or strings, I don't know what to call them, borders of puffy hearts. I used a couple of the sticker sheets, and here's the finished layout. That was where I lost my my camera. So you can see there how I did the little puffy hearts, a little bit, this music staff, I think that's the staff. I used a couple of the stickers, but kept most of that side of the layout pretty simple. Here are all of the close-ups. Be sure to head over and check out Nicole's video, and I'm so happy to have you here, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.